Hey everyone, I'm Aideen T. Finnola. I'm a life coach, a public speaker, and an author of my memoir called My Exquisite Purple Life, Insights from a Woman Who Never Should Have Made It But Did. Thank you for joining me for another segment of my video blog. Today I want to talk about 10,000 hours. So when I got my life coach training, I was trained by Dr. Martha Beck, and this is a concept I learned from her. And what she talked about was the idea that we can get degrees from universities. I can get my undergraduate degree, I can get my PhD, I can go to medical school and get a medical degree, law school, get a law degree, I can get certificates, I can get trade training, all the rest of that. And then there is the degree that life gives us, and that is the 10,000 hours. It's the 10,000 hours of the very unique experience that you have had in your very unique life that gives you your unique, very individualized offering that you have to help other people with. So I want to share with you guys today about my 10,000 hours because they're kind of crazy and they're interesting and they're fascinating. So my first 10,000 hours I got in my childhood, thanks to my parents who were abusive. I'm kind of laughing about it now, but it also gets a little bit crazier because they decided to join a religious cult. It wasn't enough for them to just be regular old run-of-the-mill abusive. They needed to join a religious cult and make it really, really interesting. So over the course of my childhood and all the way into my early 20s, because I left the cult when I was like 22, 23, I got exposed to the most humongous and varied, this huge variety of religious culture and doctrines. So I was raised Roman Catholic, but the cult was also ecumenical, which meant that it wasn't just Roman Catholics who were members, also Lutherans and Presbyterians and Methodists and Episcopalians and First Church of God and Pentecostals and the whole nine yards. So we were ecumenical, meant that it was all different kinds of denominations. Then we were fundamentalist. We were evangelical, we were charismatic, so we spoke in tongues, gifts of the Spirit, miracles, praying with the laying on of hands, healings, all the rest of that. Then on top of that, my parents decided to send me to a GARB high school. And for those of you guys who don't know what that is, GARB stands for General Association of Regular Baptists. But wait, there's more. In my college years, I got a degree in history, and as a part of my degree, I studied all different kinds of religions, and I studied the history of religion in our country. So, you want to talk about eternal security, once saved, always saved? I got you there. You want to talk about the difference between transubstantiation, meaning the Catholic Eucharist, and consubstantiation, which is the Lutheran communion, or just regular old symbolism of the communion, which is what goes on in a lot of Protestant churches? I got you there. You want to talk about purgatory? I got you there. You want to talk about indulgences, which is why Martin Luther decided to nail his 95 Theses on the church door? I got you there. You want to talk about Revelations and the end times and the battle of Gog and Magog and the lake of fire and the four horsemen of the apocalypse and the seven seals and the rapture and the whole nine yards? I'm your girl. You want to talk about the 5 tenets of Calvinism, the tulip, total depravity, unconditional surrender, limited atonement, irresistible grace, perseverance of the saints, and yes, I know what all of those mean. You want to talk about any of that? I got you there. I am your girl. We can have a fascinating conversation. It was just my first 10,000 hours. My second 10,000 hours, so my parents raised me in this religious cult. They were very abusive. Then I end up in this abusive marriage, which also has its own interesting twist because my ex-husband is a closeted gay man. And no, I didn't know that he was a closeted gay man when I married him, or I wouldn't have married him. So Then I get my second 10,000 hours in what is known as the straight spouse experience, because I ended up in a marriage that was not what I thought it was. So you want to talk about what it's like to lose your present, your future, and your past with someone in a relationship in one conversation. The conversation, the discovery conversation, I'm gay, or finding it out because you have discovered evidence. I got you there. I totally understand what that's like. You want to talk about what it's like to lose your virginity to a gay man who is not only attracted to men, but is also repulsed by women. And just to be clear, I'm a woman. So you want to talk about what that was like? I got you there. You want to talk about what it's like to be living in the middle of a lie and to know that something is wrong, but to be told that you are crazy and that you are the problem because you think that there's something wrong. You want to talk about what gaslighting feels like? I got you there. You want to talk about how demoralizing it is to try and have a sexually intimate relationship with someone who is not attracted to you? I got you there. So that's my second 10,000 hours. But I want to tell you guys about my third 10,000 hours, because my third 10,000 hours are the 10,000 hours that I am the most proud of, and they are the 10,000 hours that mean the most to me. And those are the 10,000 hours that I spent reclaiming my life. Reclaiming my life from religious abuse. Reclaiming my life from the TGT, from the straight spouse experience, reclaiming my mind from the insanity of how I was treated by my parents and how I was treated in my marriage, reclaiming the sacredness of my authentic self from all of the abuse that I suffered. And those are the 10,000 hours, my third set of 10,000 hours, that bring meaning to the first two sets of 10,000 hours that I have. Because without that third set, without that reclaiming my life and empowering myself, the first two sets of 10,000 hours would just be a real sad story, a real tragedy. So, the third set of 10,000 hours is what makes me one of the best life coaches you'll ever cross paths with. I know that that's a bold claim, but I really am incredibly proud of myself, and I'm incredibly confident in the offering that I have to bring. And I'm proud of myself not because I am not, it has nothing to do with being such an incredible life coach. It has to do with being so proud of myself for having overcome and survived and thrived after everything that I went through. And that is what I bring to my clients. I work with people who want to reclaim their lives, whether it's from religious abuse, whether it's from the straight spouse experience, or sometimes it's from both, or sometimes it's from something else that has nothing to do with either one of those. But what I bring to my clients is the ability to be the trail guide, to be that trail guide, to show them the way. This is how you can reclaim your life. This is how you can go from being a victim and having that victim identity to being empowered and knowing that you are not a victim, that you were victimized, but you are not a victim. So, if this resonates with you, if you have suffered religious abuse, if you have gone through the straight spouse experience, or both, or if you have just gone through a difficult life-altering experience that you know you want to and you need to reclaim your life from, I want to connect with you. I want to hold that space for you. I want to be your cheerleader. I want to bring you all the expertise that I have from my 3 sets of 10,000 hours so that I can help you, and so that you can find that power, and I can help you to become empowered to reclaim your life. So if this has resonated with you, I want you to head over to my website, aideentfinnola.com, and I want you to get on my calendar and I want you to book yourself a discovery call so that we can connect on the phone. Thank you so much for joining me for another segment of my video blog, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.